very good afternoon to one and all who have joined here. Thank you for joining this webinar on accelerating data and analytics with Microsoft Fabric, co-hosted with BTC. Now, we wanted the session to be an introductory session of Fabric. Essentially, we wanted to give you the idea of what Fabric is, what Fabric brings to the table for your organization, and how it can help you achieve goals as a single team. So to start with, we wanted to make this session as interactive as possible. To that end, we have included some questionnaires in between the presentation, wherein we encourage all the attendees to utilize the chat window in the Teams to include your responses and queries as well. All your questions and queries regarding Fabric and during the course of this presentation will be answered in a dedicated Q&A session near to the end. So let's start off with a round of introductions. I'll start myself. So I'm Abhilash. I'm part of LevelShift's business development team. I've been in this digital transformation journey for over 6 years. And my key goal for this webinar is to ensure that the time you spend here is valuable and as insightful as possible. So I'll give a couple of minutes for all the attendees to include your comments and responses so that we can get to know you better. We kindly request all attendees to participate in the webinar by entering your own name and role, maybe a brief introduction about yourself, and also any key takeaways that you're expecting to achieve out of this session. So while we wait for inputs from all the attendees, I would like to walk you through the game plan for this webinar. So we'll start with understanding the current challenges in any data ecosystem. And then we'll give you a walkthrough or an introduction to Fabric, what it brings to the table, and its core capabilities, which will be followed by a live demonstration of Fabric by our technical expert, Uday. Before we move on to the final Q&A session and next steps, we'll be presenting a couple of success stories from our customers whom we have helped implement Fabric. So since challenges is the first part of the session we'll be handling, we wanted to understand from you about your key challenges that you're facing in your day-to-day environment and what is stopping you from achieving your goal in terms of data and insights. So it can be any kind of blockers. For example, you may have time dependency delays. You may have manual processes for consolidating the data, or you can have fragmented data in different ecosystems. So these are some of the challenges that are commonly available, but we kindly request you to include your own unique challenges if there are any, so that we can address them through the course of this webinar. So whatever challenges that you're facing, even if it is like you're currently utilizing a legacy system for reporting and visualization, or if you're still in the process of following Excel related reports, we'd be happy to address that. Please feel free to enter those information in the chat window so that we can explore them further on. So we can see in chat from Mr. Abdul stating that he wants to refresh his understanding of Fabric. We are happy to do that through the session. We'll also give you a separate one-on-one discussion wherein we address the license costs and capacities based on your current data landscape and data volumes. Sure, we have a comment from Ms. Yasmin. Definitely. This particular session is tailored for more of an introductory purpose, but we do have certain in-depth capabilities of Microsoft Fabric that we'll be highlighting during the session. And also, if it is interesting to you, then we'd be happy to schedule a one-on-one session wherein we showcase all the in-depth capabilities of Fabric tailored to your current ecosystem and needs. So any other queries and challenges that we will address it during the Q&A session at the end. So let's start with understanding the challenges and also the missed goals these challenges bring. Even if in this day-to-day digital transformation age, any kind of organization would have multiple solutions or systems that handle their day-to-day operations. It can be ERP systems, CRM systems, or even advanced BI tools. But unless and until all these systems work together in coordination and towards the process of achieving a single goal, there will be a lot of missed goals and opportunities. So we have highlighted four missed goals from our previous experiences, starting with missed goal number one, which is disconnected place or data silos. Essentially, when any organization has multiple systems, data would be spread across these systems, and all the data cannot provide you the 360-degree overview of your entire organization. So that is where Fabric comes in. We'll be explaining that later on. And the second goal is wasted time due to manual burden. Essentially, whenever manual process is involved, it means that people are spending time on redundant processes rather than spending it where it is actually needed. There may be simple tasks which can be easily automated for which people are working on days at an end. So that is another missed goal. And missed goal number three includes delayed decisions. Even if your current systems that you have are capable of providing you insights, unless and until these insights reach you at the right time and at the right place for you to act on those insights, you'd be missing opportunities in this fast moving market. And the final missed goal that we wanted to highlight is cost overhead. When you have multiple systems, you would automatically incur a lot of cost while for maintaining the systems, renewing subscriptions, and also integrating the systems together. And you would also face challenges in providing a unified governance strategy across multiple systems. So these are some of the key missed goals that we've been able to identify through our experience, which we can address through Fabric, and we'll highlight this during the course of this webinar. So as we explore the current landscape, there are multiple solutions in the market that comprise a data ecosystem. It would be like ETL tools. You can have data warehousing solutions, data engineering solutions, and data science solutions as well. But unless and until all these solutions coordinate together, you are not playing for a team. You are playing for a team that doesn't actually play together. So these are the key challenges and missed goals that we wanted to highlight. Before we go ahead into the next part of this webinar, we wanted to understand your starting lineup as to what are your current systems that you use to manage your day-to-day operations. If you have any existing BI tools, or even if you are already using Fabric, we would like to understand that so that we can tailor this discussion further. Please feel free to input your responses in the chat window. We'll wait for a couple of minutes for the responses. We can see that one participant has mentioned that they are currently using Excel, Tableau, and SAP. This is a wide variety of ecosystems, and we have previously worked with organizations utilizing such a similar setup. We can definitely explain how Fabric can be an added value to your existing ecosystem. We have another attendee who is currently utilizing Power BI and Microsoft D365 VC. So Fabric might be the right option to explore since you have a high dependency of Microsoft solutions and suite. We have a similar setup with another attendee. Good to know that this session is interactive as we had hoped initially. So while we wait for other responses as well, we'll proceed with an introduction to Fabric. So Fabric is a unified data platform that brings together all the data capabilities available or needed for your day-to-day data operations. By starting with One Lake Foundation, Fabric brings together the data available in all your systems and sources into a single playing field, essentially providing a unique copy of data for all your computes. So there is no need for movement of data between multiple systems. And also you would be able to ensure enterprise grade security and governance across your data. So Fabric includes One Lake Foundation, which I mentioned earlier, wherein we can bring the data from multiple sources through Data Factory. We can transform your data using data engineering, and you can apply advanced algorithms and models to ensure that you get the most predictive insights out of your transformed data with real-time analytics and advanced visualization through Power BI. And ensuring that the data is available in the data warehouse, you would get quick responses to your queries from Fabric. So this is how a connected ecosystem through Fabric implementation would look like. So we'll start with data integrator. The data integration capabilities of Fabric are highly advanced with 300 plus connectors readily available to ingest data from multiple sources. And once the data is in place within the OneLake ecosystem, we are able to transform the data through data engineering. And once the data is transformed to the level of proper organized structured data, you can then use the information, use the data to feed into real-time insights and analytics, and also to utilize the data for advanced AI and machine learning capabilities. So through these transformations and through these real-time analytics, you would be able to get the maximum out of your data, like predictive insights, self-service reporting and dashboards through Fabric's AI capability. And all these informations, dashboards, and reports are readily available for you within the warehouse with high level of performance. So to give you a more hands-on experience with Microsoft Fabric, we have our expert Uday, who would be presenting a demo of Microsoft Fabric, starting with the OneLake Foundation, how data is integrated into Fabric, how Fabric can help you transform the data into a structured setup, and then utilize the data for visualization, finally followed by the AA capabilities of Fabric, which we'll highlight through a short video. So I'll hand over the session to Uday. Uday, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Abhilash. Thanks. Good afternoon, everyone. So today I'm going to cover about the Fabric, like why we are going to use Fabric and what is the use of that. I'll quickly share my screen. So like Abhilash already mentioned that he gave a quick intro about what Fabric and what are the use cases of Fabric and what is the best scenario in the Fabric. So I'm going to add some little more information about the Fabric. So today in the modern world, our data is growing a lot. In that, our pain points is also growing because whenever we are maintaining the data, it is a biggest pain point. We are maintaining the data in different streams in different data sources. For example, for ETL process, for visualization process, for engineering process, we are using different tools. Uh, Even whenever our organization grows, our infrastructure also should grow with us. Then only we can maintain our data in a well west. Otherwise, one of our tool will flunk it to get the updates, then it won't interact with other tool. So due to that, we will fail in that. We have to figure out a new solution for that, and our development skills also wasted. So for that, Microsoft introduced this Fabric. It contains a bunch of tools in a single platform. So for that, we have a couple of components. I will show you that what are the components will be used to ingest it, to engineering, and to visualize the data. Like Microsoft Fabric is a smart factory. For example, in a factory, we will get the raw uh, files or raw things, and in the factory, we will do the engineering process, and the outcome will be our product. So likewise, in Fabric, we will get the raw data. After that, we will tailor those information, or we will convert the information like logic. Those things will be transformed, and we will deliver as a insights or dashboards. So business user can easily interact with the dashboards and insights. So for that, I will quickly move on to this Fabric. So this is our Microsoft Fabric canvas. And if you see this, like we have a workspace and a couple of components, like one leg is our heart of Fabric. And we can create a number of workspaces. It depends upon the user. You can create finance workspace and you can create like HR workspace. So you can combine that. Even though your company is growing and you are going to in a different domain, all of a sudden you are handling healthcare. Now you are expanding your what business to other industry like manufacturing. You don't want to worry about to switch over between tools. You can use Fabric itself and you can adapt it. For that, we have a couple of feasibilities in this. So what are the components available in the Microsoft days? Like go to the workspace. And if you see here, we have couple of components or artifacts under visualize data. So these are the components we can use to visualize our data. And these are the components we can use to get the data from different sources. For example, copy job, data flow, Gen 1 and data flow, Gen 2. These are all like different categories. I don't want to go much detail about this because it will be more technical also. But I will give you a quick what introduction about these components. Like copy job and data flow Gen 2 and data flow Gen 1 are similar products, but it will be a few specifications will be changed. It depends upon the user and depends upon the scenarios. Likewise, we have mirror data. You don't want to copy or you don't want to store the data in Fabric. You can just replicate it. Means you can just mirror the data. You don't want to recreate everything in here. You can just only mirror the data using this specification. And as of now, Microsoft providing these are the databases you can mirror it. And for storing purpose, again, we have a set of components like Cosmos DB and SQL. These are the most used databases right now. And for preparation of data, this is the most important part of Fabric. Like you want to engineer your product after getting the raw files. You have to implement your functionalities. You have to do your transformation. For that, we have a couple of components. So based on this, like as I said, the scenarios, we can choose any one of these components and you can tailor your data. And the last one is like the IQ. Like somebody asked in the chat, like, oh, I want to more interest to know about the IQ. So here we have a couple of AI things to do the manual, means to convert the manual process into artificial intelligence. For that, we have these many components. And let me know whenever you are facing any pain points in your like day-to-day environment, right? Like, so you can post it in the chat. Based on that, we can share the interaction. And meanwhile, I will show you this, how we are going to ingest the data and how we are going to transform the data. And at the end, how we are going to visualize it. So it will be a simple process. So in this whole transformation, the development work and everything will be minimized. It is a low code and minimal platform. So for that, I will go to select this data flow Gen 2. This is one of the famous ingest tool. And mention this, yeah, SharePoint. whenever we are going to create data flows into here, we can enable the Git integration automatically. So you don't want to spend some time on the source control process. In different tools, you can't expect these things in the Git integration and all. So you need to maintain a separate tool. But here we have a feasibility to get that integration by default. And Microsoft supports 200 plus data sources. As of now, they are supporting it, but still they are increasing it. For example, if you see here, these many sources has been supported. I'll show you this. Yeah, these many sources has been supported by Microsoft, and whatever the data source you are using, right, definitely it will be part of that. If not, then we can use this API part. For example, file wise, if you want, you can, these are the famous things, right, on the data side, like Excel and text. And as part of databases, the legacy databases are there, like SQL, Oracle, and IBM MySQL data. As part of Fabric, also we can reuse that. So you don't want to recreate everything new, and you don't want to duplicate the data. So you just recreate it, or you can reuse the data. And I hope everybody knows this Power Platform, like Power BI and Power Apps is like combination of tool for the low code, no code scenarios. So you can use this any one of this forum to get the data. And as as usual, like Microsoft will always adapt from the Azure SQL and Azure products. So you can utilize all the data, whichever whatever you created on the Azure, right? You can reuse this. And a couple of online services are there. I already mentioned that whatever the tool you are using it, right? Definitely they have the API open. So those APIs will be supported by Microsoft. Even some other tools also there. Like these are the connectors was supported by Microsoft. As of now, it was 200 plus, but still it is getting increased. So you don't want to worry about that. The existing tool is not used in Fabric. And right now, I'm going to use SharePoint. So once, actually, I already created one. I will show you the. Yeah, this is the one which I created previous to this call. So here, whatever you
Uday,
have it in your
sorry to
source.
interrupt, Uday. Your screen sharing has stopped. You start resharing again, please.
Yeah, sorry. Hope it is visible now.
Yep, go ahead, please.
Yeah. So whenever you created you connected with your sources, right? Your data will be pulled into Microsoft Fabric, and here you can do all the transformation without any much of interactions. With minimal interaction, you can do your transformation. Transformation means in terms of like not one or two. Microsoft Fabric is supporting around 300 plus transformations. So if you see in this ribbon, right, these are the legacy transformations. For example, you want to remove the duplicates, you want to transform your data, you want to pivot your data, you want to do some logic changes. So those things will be supported by Microsoft Fabric. And this Power Query is very strong to support it in a in a level of script as well as in a level of drag and drop. For example, if I want to do some transformations, right? I just want to drag and drop. And here those steps will be tracked, and we can reuse this in any of the workspaces or any of the programming languages also. For example, whenever I'm drag and drop it something, and it will be tracked as an language. So this language can be easily converted into any other languages. Like right now it is written on M languages, and if I want to transform it to some other language like Python, PySpark, or SQL, I can do it. So these things, none of the tool will provide it, because easily we can transform the data. And if you want to update something as part of logic, for example, in a scenario, you applied some VAT tax calculation, and in few years, government is updating something. So you don't want to put a lot of effort to update those logics. You can easily do that with minimal effort. So in terms of effort, not only like price, like in terms of developer cost, the resource cost, everything will be reduced. And also the time is the precious thing, right? So I can see that like whenever we are doing the transformation, it will be like, for example, if I'm spending 6 hours prior to Microsoft Fabric, now I can do it within what less than 60 seconds. I can simply drag and drop and I can rewrite the logic. So those things will be easy in this particular tool. And likewise, we have Copilot. So this artificial intelligence, we will show it in the end of the session. We already recorded a video. And here you don't want to put like you just want to instruct that what we have to do it. So you can completely override the manual process. You can simply go with the AI process. You just want to comment it what you want it in a plain English. If you're mentioning it, it will be done in an automated steps. So at any cost, you can reuse that and you can update it. And once this transformations has been done, you can ask a question where I can go and store the data. And for that, we have a couple of artifacts. Like we have this lakehouse, warehouse, and those things will be used to store the data. Yes, I already showed that to you. Like it's loading. Yeah, here we have this lakehouse and the warehouse, as well as other storing capacities like the normal databases. But lakehouse and warehouse is the key component in Microsoft Fabric. In lakehouse, you can store this like structured data as well as unstructured data. In warehouse, you can store this structured data and semi-structured data. For example, you have real-time scenarios like you're maintaining something in the Twitter and you're posting some images, and you want to visualize that in your Power BI report or what you posted. Those things you want to keep on track it. You can get those as an uh, unstructured data, and you can stream it from event stream. So that will be transformed into Lakehouse. From there, you can start to maintain it. So Lakehouse will be the you can handle the bunch of data, even like millions of data you can process in a minute. And only the thing is you have to apply the proper transformation techniques. So once you apply those things, it will be easy to clean the query and to share that into a report level. And like in Lakehouse, we used to maintain this medallion architecture. So whenever we get the data as a raw, we will put it in the bronze layer. And from the bronze layer, we will transform that into silver layer. For that, we use this notebook. Notebook is one of the most featured thing in Microsoft Fabric. Like you can do the transformations uh, in any of the languages, like Python, PySpark, and SQL, and even PySpark SQL as well. So I will show you that notebook here. So in this process, if you see, for an example, we converted from bronze to silver. So here we used Spark and Spark SQL. In most of the times, if you want to change the language, you can do it. So these are the languages will be supported by Microsoft Fabric on Lakehouse. And if you want to change anything from SQL to Python, right, it will be very easy. So with Copilot, it will be automated one again. So if you know that what you are going to do it as a transformation, this will be an easy process. So you can put basic comments like what you needed. So based on that, it will transform those things into a code. So this will be an automated code. Actually, we created with this with the Copilot only. And warehouse is similar to that, but there is a simple slight challenge. It means change in that. only it will support structure and semi-structured data. But whenever you are going for a visualization, then we can use this warehouse. And as part of paid points, like we use a lot of chunks in different like in different sources, right? But in Microsoft Fabric, we have a we have maintained it in one lake. So whenever whatever the data is going to store in lakehouse or warehouse, right, it will be saved in one lake. So you can go to like one lake at any time, and you can reuse the data as part of semantic model or like warehouse level or even any domain level. If you want to see the data, you can go simply to the one lake and you can filter the data from here. So right now we are maintaining all the reports, and I want to specifically mention anything about my uh, process level and like configurations data level. So if you see here, I'm going to filter this in Lakehouse. So these many Lakehouse has been maintained for this particular workspace. And if I want to filter this to semantic model, go and change this. Yeah, these are the things we can do it in yeah, this the semantic model and lakehouse, right? So this will be saved in one lake. At any time you can reuse this, and you can get all the details. And on top of this, the Copilot and data agent will be across this Microsoft Fabric and on Power BI level as well. So you can easily switch over from one workspace to other workspace. For example, you want to combine your data from financial to HR process, and those things will can be easily done in the lakehouse and warehouse level as well. And whenever you're having a different source of data, right? Like your one of the data is in like SAP, and other is in Salesforce, and the other one is in Oracle. So what you can do is you can just bring that into Microsoft Fabric, and you can put it in separate workspaces or separate lakehouse or warehouse. And once it has been placed, then you can decide that what kind of a model or what kind of a data you want it, kind of a combination of a data you want. For example, you have a HR related data or you have a finance related data in different systems. Like CRM is the most what famous one to use it on for the day-to-day or financial transactions. So that you can bring it into Microsoft Fabric, and from here you can do the transformations. So those transformations can be easily done in the lakehouse level or on the warehouse level as well, as I already show it right on this Power Query Editor. So you can do it. Yeah. So here you can do your transformations. Also, like whenever we are moving into lakehouse or warehouse, right? People will mention that we are not getting something in the SQL because people use these days in SQL so many times. So we can also use the endpoints to replicate that thing in SQL. You can connect that what endpoints into your SQL, and you can use the SQL editor still. But whenever you are going for any transformations, right, you can use this automated process or these high level transformations. And one of the biggest advantage on this transformations, right, like it will be transformed in like millions of data in a minute. Only the thing is you have to concentrate on what kind of a transformation you are doing it and what kind of a what approach you are going to do it or apply on the particular transformations. If you are clear about this, then you can easily divert this from one to another. So this is one of the best advantage in Microsoft Fabric. And as part of pain point, right, if you have anything, just post it, and we can just clarify those things. And once you completed all these things, right, you want to apply some data science concept. like you want to forecast your business insights. Nowadays, like competition is everywhere. Your competitor is giving some more added advantage or wow factor. For that, definitely we need a data science. So for that, we have a bunch of products. So if you see here, yeah, these many artifacts are available under this workloads. We used to call this as workloads. Under data engineering, we have this transformations. Under the data factory, we have this ingest part. So uh, like fabric is like a home, like whenever you are entering from your door, right, that will be your data factory. And whatever you are doing your data engineering part, that is your like a storage room. And the data science part will be like your smartphones or smart mobiles. Those things will be your data science. And whatever you are seeing it in your TV and all, right, that will be your Power BI. So these are a complete package. uh, None of the tool will provide this right now in the market. So it's a very minimal value added product. So once you transform all your data, you can apply the data science, like using this real time dashboards, or you can use some ML algorithm or data agents. So based on that, you can forecast your data. Like once you get all the raw data, and once those transformation then you can apply your algorithms on data science. So that you have to decide that which kind of a algorithm I will use that. And at the end of this fabric, right, we will still support this Microsoft Power BI. So once all your transformation has been done, then Power BI is the only tool to visualize the data. So like as a business user, you want to see the insights, what insights it or what key KPIs this has been showed, like day-to-day sales, the comparison between previous year to current year. So these things you want to see it like through Power BI. So as a business user, you're not going to interact much with the transformation or much with the logic or functionality. Only at the end of the day, you want to see this Power BI visualization report. So these reports will tell your business percentage, what are the things you have acquired so far. So that will be used, means that will be visualized in Power BI. I'll just quickly see that any pain points I received it. So what is the difference between Lakehouse and data flow? Data flow is for ingesting that into our like a connection, or for example, you have something in your SQL server and you want to ingest that data through data flow, and you can place it in Lakehouse. So this is kind of a bridge between Microsoft Fabric and your SQL server. So the bridge will get the data, and it will ensure that your security level, everything will be ensured. Once this has been confirmed, then your data will be ingested into Lakehouse. Like MS Fabric read-only connectors. Like, yeah, these are already answered. Like already saw that like you guys are using different tools for different purposes. So whenever your product is not updating something, then you can fail as part of a data. So you have to come up with the best solution to use like a fabric to get all the data in a single platform. So here you can do the ingestion part, and you can do the visualization, and you can do the engineering things. So everything has been packed up into one single platform. If you have any questions, post it. I will quickly go through other scenarios.
Uday, can you showcase the dashboards as well from
Yeah.
Fabric? Yep.
So based on this, we have created a couple of dashboards in that. one of the forum is retail report. Here, if you see this, like too many insights has been packed into a single dashboard, and like total sales previous year, and the variance comparison between current year to previous. So those things has been packed into this retail dashboard. So this can be achieved through any lakehouse or warehouse, or even from the notebooks. You can get that data, and from based on the data, you can create a semantic model. You can create a number of semantic model that has been communicated between each other. So one of the semantic model is supporting this particular retail report. And in this particular retail report, we have added like self-analysis and sales comparison between previous year to like prior years, like current year to prior years. And even like we have added a couple of slicers to get the best data, and user experience will be much easier in this dashboard. And again, here also we have added this, Microsoft added Copilot. So you can create your report from Copilot itself, and you can ask any questions from this report or from your data. So based on that, your questions, uh, Copilot will give you the best answer on this part.
Thanks, Uday. I'll take over from here.
Yeah, thanks.
So hope that demo session was as insightful as we hoped it to be. So moving on, now we wanted to highlight the AI capabilities of Microsoft Fabric through Copilot. As Uday mentioned, we have a short video presentation showcasing three high-level capabilities of Fabric which are most commonly used. So the first one is prompting Power BI for quick answers. So even though you may have reports and dashboards readily available, understanding those reports and dashboards might prove a challenge for some business users. To make it easier for them, Copilot brings in the feature of prompting it for through natural language. You can even ask questions in English and get the necessary insights or understanding that you need from any Power BI report. The second use case that we are going to highlight in the video is Fabric Data Agent. So this essentially supports multiple report analysis. For example, if you have multiple reports wherein data is spread across, maybe for regions or based on products or categories, and you want to understand and compare this data, Fabric Data Agent can do that with simple natural language prompting. And there is no need of hopping between reports and taking time for analyzing and understanding your data. Finally, the most powerful usage of Power BI and Copilot combination is if you use Copilot, you can utilize Copilot's automatic generation feature, wherein you can simply prompt Copilot for requesting visuals and reports to be built based on the specified data that you're wishing to see. So simply stating that I want to see a comparison of sales between these two regions through Copilot would automatically start building you reports, analysis, and comparisons. So to highlight that, we have a video prepared. Let me start the video. Let me include the audio here as well.
Welcome to an overview of Copilot in Microsoft Fabric, your AI assistant that helps you work with data using simple, everyday language, designed to work seamlessly for both data teams and business users. On one hand, it helps data teams move faster at ingestion, modeling, and exploration. On the other, it simplifies how insights are created and accessed without writing code, manually building reports, or navigating complex dashboards. Now, let's take a closer look at three key use cases where Copilot in Microsoft Fabric helps you work smarter. Number 1. Prompting Power BI for quick answers. Starting with the most common one, making sense of a Power BI report without multiple clicks, filters, or manual navigation required. Take this sales analysis report, for example. If you want to know, what is the net sales amount for last year, You simply ask, and, just like that, Copilot provides the answer instantly that the net sales for last year is 40,411. Alternatively, you can also use the predefined prompts, say, write a short summary of the visual. In a single click, Copilot generates a clear, concise summary of the sales performance, no manual analysis required. Number 2. Fabric Data Agent. Moving on, have you ever struggled to make sense of data spread across multiple reports without constantly hopping between dashboards? Meet the Fabric Data Agent, a smart assistant that understands all your dashboards and the underlying business context. For example, if you ask, what is the gross profit amount for last year? The Copilot Sales Report Data Agent instantly scans multiple datasets and dashboards to deliver the answer. Gross profit for last year is 15,284.76. And it doesn't stop there. Copilot also shows you the underlying DAX calculations and the tables used to arrive at that number. No report hopping, no manual analysis, just a conversation with the data. Number 3. Creating a Power BI report from a semantic model. Creating a report no longer means starting from scratch. With a trusted semantic model in place, Copilot takes care of the heavy lifting. Select the semantic model you want to build on, then describe the report and visuals you need. For example, create a new report page. Compare current year and previous year sales by month and year. Within seconds, the report begins to populate in real time. Copilot automatically generates pre-built visuals such as KPI cards, charts, and trend views. You can also customize or add visuals based on your business needs and the specific metrics you want to track. So whether you're preparing data, asking questions, or building reports, Copilot in Microsoft Fabric meets you where you are. It turns everyday questions into insights and insights into action. Ready to work with your data just by asking? Start using Copilot in Microsoft Fabric today.
Hope that video provided you the insights necessary for understanding Copilot within Fabric. Now, moving on, we wanted to highlight a few of the success stories that we have come across while implementing Fabric for customers. So the first success story we wanted to highlight is for a retail industry. They had around 90 plus stores located across the region, which contained both petrol stations and also convenience stores. So their primary challenge was fragmented data from different point of sale systems, and also data from the convenience store sales and data from the petrol pumps themselves. So in order to overcome that challenge, we centralized all of their data sources into one lake, essentially giving them a 360-degree overview of their entire business. By implementing Fabric, we were able to improve the reporting performance by 60% and reduce the manual data preparation that they were doing by 75%, which ensured that the people had enough time to work on improving the performance of the organization rather than doing repetitive work. So as a result, the management had access to real-time dashboards and inventory, which helped them make better business decisions. The second use case that we wanted to highlight is in the field of manufacturing. Here also the challenge was similar because they wanted to unify real-time data from sensors available in the production lines. In a manufacturing unit, real-time data is key to ensure that the production is optimal and there are no cost losses. So to overcome this challenge, we provided them with Fabric by integrating all the diverse sources into Fabric's warehouse and provided them with a live view. So this led to reduction in 22% of carrying cost and 35% decrease in unplanned downtime. Through the real-time view and live dashboards, they were able to understand the status of machines and do predictive maintenance rather than doing unplanned breakdown maintenance. So here as well, the final output or result was that the leadership had a full view of the field and they were able to take real-time calls and actions to ensure that the business and production remain optimal. The third and final use case we wanted to highlight is related to a healthcare industry. This particular customer had multiple complex data in different ecosystems. They handled EHR patient data, claims, insurance related data, and also portals from different insurance providers. So we integrated all of this data from on-prem into cloud and unified into Fabric. By doing this, we were able to improve the data accuracy by 40% and also quality. The end result was that they were able to get real-time insights of the members of the healthcare organization, and also they were able to easily comply with the robust HIPAA and other data governance regulations. So through these success stories, you would be able to see that Fabric has a lot to offer. So why adopting Fabric is a smart investment? By adopting Fabric, customers have now increased the ROI that they get out of Fabric by 40%. It led them to 85% of faster decision making, which is key in this fast-paced market. And there is 70% of reduction in time to insights as well. So they get the insights when they need it and as it comes into play. Finally, by bringing data together into a single unified source of truth, each organization was able to ensure that they complied with all the data governance and regulatory practices through centralized governance. So to achieve Fabric implementation, we follow a set procedure which has been successful in the past. So what we do is we start with a discovery workshop wherein we assess your current ecosystem and also provide you with the assessment report by understanding the gaps in your ecosystem, your business challenges, and the outcomes that you wish to achieve. And once this assessment is done, we offer you an architecture design which provides you a clear view as to your future state. And once this is approved by you, we'll be proceeding with a rapid setup and POC through which we'll prove value of Fabric by implementing it for one specified section of your business. So it can be easily replicated across all your business needs and departments once you approve. So this is the path that we usually take in implementing Fabric and helping organizations achieve unified data platform and advanced reporting. So let's start the season of winning today by exploring Microsoft Fabric together and winning the market. So before I give an introduction about our company and close this session, I wanted to open the floor to additional questions so that we can answer any queries that you have related to Fabric. Please feel free to post your questions in the chat window. If there are any questions that you would like us to address, or if you want to have a detailed session to understand Fabric in more depth and based on your ecosystem, please feel free to mention that in the chat and we'll follow up with a one-on-one session for you. We would also love to hear feedback on this webinar so that we can improve the next time we are presenting a similar webinar to other audiences as well. We have a question. How is this going to benefit collaboration market? Could you please elaborate on this question? Like, what is the key outcome that you're trying to achieve? Like collaboration in the market, in the sense you want to get insights that is available in the market, or is there any? Could you please elaborate a little more so that we can answer it effectively? Okay, you want to understand how a contact center and calling services ecosystem will function through Fabric. Is that right? Got it. So this particular question requires a detailed answer. So essentially, what we can do is what we have already explained, but the context of this would be focused on your current ecosystem. So let's say you want to connect your contact center and calling services for business insights. We'll be able to achieve that. And you also want to understand examples of customers you have already implemented. Okay, Mr. Syed, what we'll do is we'll prepare a tailored session for you wherein we understand your business in more detail. Currently, you have contact center and calling services, and we want to understand what are the business benefits that you want to achieve in terms of data landscape. And we'll be able to answer these questions for you by providing a tailored demo of how Fabric will work in your ecosystem. Can we do a tailored session for you, Mr. Syed? Great. We'll schedule a one-on-one with you as soon as possible, sir, based on your availability. Okay. First, we have the question uh, from Mr. Sabit. So, Mukund or Uday, I will direct this question to you.
Yeah, possible to integrate it. Yeah, we can get that API and we can integrate the data into Lakehouse. Then we can transfer this to Power BI.
Uday, can you answer the first question from what are the recommended use cases for Microsoft Fabric versus Lakehouse?
Okay, I will start with the one. Sorry. Fabric versus Lakehouse. Uh, like see, it's we have to see your scenario. For example, as I mentioned that in the demo, right? Like if you are go with if your data is contains lot of unstructured data, right? Then you have to go with Lakehouse definitely. You don't have an option. If your data is good, like a structured or semi-structured, then you can opt with warehouse. Couple of advantages between warehouse and Lakehouse. Like notebook will be supported more in warehouse. Even Lakehouse will also support it, but you can't apply too much of transformations in Lakehouse. So we have to see your architecture first. Then based on that, we can give the best suggestion on that.
Over to the second question, Uday.
Yeah, cost
Cost
structure for
structure of
Fabric.
Fabric.
Yeah, it depends upon again the plan which you are choosing. Like we have a couple of memory or capacity in Fabric, like F starting from F4, F16, and F32. It will be like a Fibonacci series. Like you can choose any of this capacity. It purely depends upon the data size which you are having it and the performance which you are sensing from your day-to-day transactions or the networking capacity. So again, we have to see your data and what kind of transformation you are doing at what kind of load you are putting into Fabric. So based on that, we can give the best suggestion on that capacity wise. And the last one, so you want to integrate your Power BI data with different cloud APIs. We can't take that data from Power BI. So you can take out from Lakehouse or Warehouse, but you can't take it from anything from Power BI because Power BI is the end. This is a completely visualization product. So you can't take anything from the from as a data. You have to depend upon either Lakehouse or Warehouse.
If the responses to this question are satisfactory, please feel free to mention that. If you want to have additional information on your questions, please feel free to reiterate the question so that we can answer it better. Are there any more questions, or are the responses that we provided satisfactory? As for the cost infrastructure, a point I would like to add to Uday is that we can provide you a detailed cost assessment once we understand your current data landscape, as Uday mentioned, your data volumes and the data transformation needs of your team. So based on that, Fabric has multiple capacity options for each of which the cost will be different, and you can choose among it once we do the assessment. We can share that with you post this call. There is a default pricing structure available on Microsoft website itself. We'll share that with you. And if you need more details on how to choose the cost capacity, then we'll definitely help you out on that. Any other questions that we can address? We also wanted to understand if any of you are already utilizing Fabric and you want to make use of Fabric to the maximum extent and you want to enhance your current implementation. If there are any attendees or participants who are in this use case and scenario, we'd be happy to have a session with you as well. Okay. So before we wind off this webinar, I wanted to give you a brief introduction about our company as an organization. So as I mentioned in the beginning, we are LevelShift. We are a Microsoft solutions partner for more than 15 years, and we have been in the digital transformation space for more than 25 years as well. We have a strong team of around 1,000 plus experts working across the globe, catering to multiple customer needs. As you can see, we have offices in US, India, Dubai, UAE, and in KSA, we currently work with our esteemed partner BTC. And in terms of enterprise ecosystems that we handle, apart from Microsoft's Fabric and Dynamics, we also support capabilities related to Salesforce, Power Apps. And if you're looking for business processes and integration tools or solutions, we work with Booming, MuleSoft, and Azure to provide you the best integration solutions possible. And in terms of data landscape also, we support Microsoft Fabric, Databricks, Power BI, and Perforce. So finally, thank you for joining this webinar. Hope the session was as informative as possible. And for any follow-up sessions that you wish to have, if you want to go through the initial assessment of understanding your data landscape and seeing if Fabric is the right fit for you, we'd be happy to schedule a one-on-one session with you. Thank you, one and all. Thank you for joining the session. Hope you have a good day.